Hello, hello, hello. Am I live?
I believe you are.
Hello, I'm live, everybody. I guess you guys know that. No, just kidding. Happy Friday, everybody. Can you believe it's Friday? Did anyone else's week go by really fast? Because mine really did. You guys should see my calendar. It's insane. If it wasn't like taped like crazy, and if people didn't like screenshot probably my personal information or something of like, you know, my schedule for things, I would show you guys. But it is like, I got a, like a 12-month calendar, you know, like a regular calendar, a hanging one. But I write so much stuff in each day. Like I write every meeting I go to, I write every appointment I have, I write every appointment Annette has, every appointment Gloria has, every appointment Rich has. I write all of the bills that are due for the days. I write like when we're going to be a greeter. I write when my sponsor is going to be out of town. I write anything like pick up dry cleaning and stuff, which I did today, you know, things like that. So it's like any little thing. I was trying to think of the different things I write on there, but it's like, oh, all the birthdays and stuff. So this month is like filled with stuff. So Monday, I was going to make sure it's Monday. Monday is my 6 months. 6 months. 6 months. I wish.
You're a little heavy.
60 days. Why did I say 6 months? I don't know. Someone got 6 months today. My head's. So I have so much to tell you guys about today. Monday is my 60 days. And Tuesday is my birthday. So I have my sobriety birthday on Monday and my what they call your belly button birthday on Tuesday. On Tuesday, I turn 41, and on Monday, I get 60 days of sobriety. I'm so excited. It's been fun. Oh, today, I got, the cutest thing. Oh, my gosh. I had such a good day. So I went and saw oh, my gosh, you guys. I have so much to talk about this morning. But anyways, let me get to these first. I saw my sponsor today, and we went into this store that they have, this recovery store, and she was buying coins, and I decided to buy 2 coins today. It was $5 for both. They're $2.50 each. And the one is the official No Matter What Club. Let's see, it says No Matter What Club. And I'll show you guys without member. And then it says just for today. But I'm official member of the No Matter What Club. And I'll explain that to you guys in a minute. That one. Okay, so I'll explain both these in a minute to you guys. So that one, and this is just for today. And then I got this one, because this has to do with my mom. She always got me teddy bears. It says one day at a time. And then it has the serenity prayer on the back. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So I bought these 2 today. My sponsor was buying some coins for people that are celebrating things. But I was like, I want those 2. So I bought those. But the No Matter What Club means you will not drink no matter what. And that's my sponsor's big thing. She's always like, you're part of the No Matter What Club. So I'm like, I got to say, I was like, I got this one. She's like, oh, yeah, that's awesome. Anyways, okay, so today was such a good day for me because I have so many friends now, you guys. It's insane. Like, it's overwhelming how many people text me now, like incessantly, like all day long. And I'm like, I love it. But I'm like, some of them like all night long, just like texting. It's all A people. And so yesterday I was texting a bunch of these girls too, not guys, all girls. I don't text guys from AA. Richard texts all the guys. I text all the girls. But this one girl, I texted her, and I hadn't texted her in about a week. We had seen each other at the chili cook-off, and then I had forgot to, because I had so many people I'm texting, I kind of forgot to check in with her, and she works during the week, so she only goes to the meetings on the weekend. So I hadn't seen her since like Sunday. So I texted her yesterday, and I just was checking in to see how she's doing, and it turned out like she was having a horrible day, and she ended up calling me. And I didn't know she was going to show up at the meeting today because she normally can't go on Friday. So I'll get to that story in a second. But so I had to go meet with my sponsor, which I love meeting with my sponsor. But why I say I have to is because I prefer my 7 a.m. meeting, but my sponsor is at the 8 a.m. meeting. So I've gotten myself in this predicament where now I'm stuck going to the meeting I don't like as much, but I love my sponsor. So it's like this catch-22. But every time I have to go to the 8 a.m. meeting, I'm like really missing my 7 a.m. meeting. Well, today of all days, like, I guess a bunch of people came just to see me. Like, people that one was the girl that I had been on talking to, and she's like, oh my God, I literally called in sick to work today to come see you at the meeting. And I was like, I didn't know. I would go to see my sponsor on this day. And then a guy came from my other meeting. So get this. This one guy that's...
Spiritual Awakening says that you are so beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Spiritual Awakening. That's so sweet. So then this guy, who's a good friend of me and Richard's, from the meeting that I was at, the 8 a.m., he was at the 7 a.m. today, and he's never been there, and I never knew he was going to come. And I just mentioned it one time that I went to that meeting, and then he comes, and then he's like, well, we're joining. He's like, well, she's at the meeting that you usually go to. He's like, oh, man. But it was just like, so I felt like so much love. And then when I went to my meeting that I was going to, the 8 a.m., the love was insane because I was there with my sponsor and my sponsor's sister, and they're both, and then my other sponsor's sister, and they're all 3 flight attendants. And it's kind of something that I might want to get into in the future because I've always wanted to be one. And I'm like, I'm literally sitting here with 3 flight attendants. I think I have a shoe-in if I wanted to become a flight attendant because they love me. And it was just such a warm feeling. And then then my sponsor's husband came, and it was like all of us are just chatting after the meeting for like a half hour, and I'm supposed to meet with my sponsor, but I knew I only had an hour because I had an appointment for work. And Richard was going to come pick me up because he went to the 7 a.m. meeting. That's why he knew everyone was asking for me. Like, yes, all these people were like, where's Joy? Well, I'm getting really popular in AA, I guess, so I don't want to say that. But anyways, so I forgot that we're not supposed to actually talk about the actual, it's my meetings. But anyways, I felt so much love today. And it was just such a good day. And what's really good in the mornings, what we're doing is when I have to go meet my sponsor, which I'm meeting her 3 days a week. And, well, 2 of the days I just go to the same meeting that she goes to, and I just sit with her. And she actually chairs one of the meetings, but she actually chaired today, which is not normally the meeting she does. So she's going to chair on Monday again, too. But
Sugar Man says being a flight attendant would be a good job for you.
I know, I've always wanted to be a flight attendant. And when I was in the Air Force, I was on the plane. So I love flying. And I have no issue flying. Like, I've never gotten sick while I flew, ever. And I've flew 20-hour missions in the Air Force when we would do air refueling, which is they take the plane off of autopilot, and you're hooked up to a tanker, so you're, like, rocking back and forth. I think I posted photos the other day when I had my head down when we're sleeping. You're required to try to sleep. Like, you have to have your console off. No work can be done during that time. But the plane rocks so much. People, if they get sick, they get sick. I had a student, because I was an instructor, that she was someone that got sick on planes. And I was like, I don't think this is the best job for you. But she's like, I get really sick. I'm going to need, like, a black trash bag. And I'm like, a black one? Not just, like, a barf bag? She's like, no. I need, like, a black trash bag. I was like, okay. Well, so I gave her one. And I was like, oh, dear Lord. Like, this girl was, like, everything she'd ever had in her body came up while she flew. And I'm like, I don't think this is a good job for you, sweetie. This is not good. I mean, like, because she's like, oh, this happens when I fly. I was like, well, it's not going to be, you picked the wrong line of work, like, to be a flyer. But
they would like to hear you do a practice run of how you would greet the guests coming out.
Oh, yes. Your exits are here. I flew a lot as a kid. We used to have it all memorized when the ladies would be like,
it's Harry's birthday today.
Oh, hello, Harry. Happy birthday. We have so many birthdays in March. It was just my sponsor's birthday a couple of days ago, too. So she's a March birthday. Gloria's a March birthday. I'm a March birthday. And Richard's a March birthday. And that's the only one in this family that's not. And she's in January. So, like, we're already going to be done with birthdays by the end of March. It'll be, like, no more birthdays for us to celebrate, which is good and bad, you know. It can be fun, but it could also be kind of nice. We're like, okay, good. We don't have to worry about that until next year. Think of the next holidays, you know. But the ladies are going out dancing tonight. Oh, did you guys hear about? Okay, so I signed up for this thing called Vet Tix, where since I'm a veteran, we get fabulous deals for tickets, and some of them are just straight out free. You just have to pay like a tax for them. And so we're going to start going to a lot more shows and taking the ladies. And so we just went and saw Chris Angel, and we saw David Copperfield. Holy monkeys, I'm going to get into that. And on Sunday, we're going to see an Elvis impersonator. And we're taking Gloria and Annette, and they just love it. It is amazing that Annette can sit through the whole shows. Now, that was not something she could do when we first arrived here. Not even close. She wouldn't even go. I mean, she wouldn't go to anything that we asked her to ever go to. But the fact she sits through the whole show, it's amazing. It's just outstanding. But they love it, too. But David Copperfield was something else, you guys. Like, I'm still blown away. Like, I think he's an alien. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm like, it's not things that make sense when you go to his show, like, unless it's, like, alien stuff. And he talks to a little alien the whole time. Like a literal alien, you guys. It's a little guy that looks like a Yoda kind of guy. But he's not a toy. And his dad was at Roswell, New Mexico, when the aliens came there. And it's just really weird stuff. I mean, the show is so insane. It's not like tricks. It's like, okay, I believe in magic if that's the case with this show. Because this is insane. Where Chris Angel... that was tricks. And it was cheesy, and we hated it, really, honestly. It was free, but even free, I was bitching about it. I was like, I want my free tickets back. This is ridiculous. It was pretty bad. Gloria didn't like it at all. And we knew they weren't going to like it. It was just that night, you don't get to choose which show you go to. It's like, here's the one show you can go to for free kind of thing. So, beggars can't be choosy kind of thing. But it's great. They give it to veterans. But you can bid on getting really good tickets for, like, the good shows. But, they pick, it's like a lottery thing of, like, but it doesn't really cost money except for, like, you get these, you get tokens somehow. I don't know how it all works. I don't know. Richard's the one doing that. I don't deal with this stuff. I mean, I'm the veteran, but I don't deal with picking this stuff out because I don't really like being on computers. I don't know if you guys, I'm really good at it, amazingly, for a girl, but I don't like it. Because I grew up in it before computers. Even though they existed, I'm not saying I was born before computers. I was born right when computers started in 1985. But my family didn't have money. So I didn't have a computer until I was like a junior in high school, really. I mean, I think my dad had them a little bit. But all you could do was, he had Apples. He had Macs. They weren't Apple back then, they were Macs. But those were not compatible with anything in school, so I would like write my whole projects on his computer and not be able to print it ever, anywhere. You put it on a floppy disk, and then you couldn't print it in anything at school because it was a Mac, and it wasn't compatible with anything back then. You needed a Mac printer, which we didn't have. So it was like a pointless computer to me. I'm like, I can't even type my essay on there. So that was the time where, like, when I was growing up, well, first there was a time it was all just handwritten, and then it became the time of it could be either handwritten or typed. Now probably it has to all be typed most of the stuff. But back then, I used a typewriter for my first thing. My mom had a typewriter. My mom was a phenomenal typist. I'm not. I never, like, that's the other thing I don't really like computers, because I don't know, I know how to type, but I'm not that fast with it. I'm decent, but not very good. Richard's really fast. He loves a computer. I'm like, I know we need them, and I appreciate them, but if I like to write things down. I'm so happy. Oh my gosh, the meetings have brought me back to writing. Like, I'm journaling and just writing, and I'm writing during the meetings, taking notes on cool things that people say. I heard a really funny thing today. I have to tell you guys, it's really, really funny. We had a visitor at one of the meetings. He just said the funniest things ever. So, it's the funniest things that happened at the meetings. It's just fabulous. I just love it. I get so pumped up. I just have so much fun. I really do. I laugh my ass off at the meetings. I never thought it'd be that way. I look forward to it. I really look forward. I get up at 2 a.m. to get ready for my 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. meeting. I'm like, I do everything in the morning. Do my prayers, do my readings, do cleaning, all this stuff. And I'm like, when's the meeting going to start? But I'm really excited to go to my other meeting tomorrow because I miss everybody. I go every other day, but I don't like, it's hard to, I don't want to say I don't like, because I love the people at my 8 a.m. meeting too. It's hard for me. That's why it's like, oh, good.
51, 56.
Yeah. So we're watching some March Madness games here. It's been really fun. We're watching the Clemson and Iowa game right now. I got my money on Clemson right now, so I don't know about this. I kept betting on Iowa this whole time. Well, I guess I would have had to because they're like eliminating each other. But then today I didn't bet on them at all, and now they're doing better than Clemson. Because I haven't bet on Clemson at all yet. And I was thinking, so now I'm mad at myself if they end up winning on my chunks. It doesn't matter about like $1. But this makes it fun. So we were downtown earlier when I was working, and it was so lively down there. It felt so cool. Vegas is coming back, at least like during March Madness, it sure is. But it's coming back because I haven't had to travel, which has been really nice. You guys, I do have a solution if I do want to go back to New York, but I don't know if I want to. So I have a friend that lives in New York and Vegas, and she already invited me to stay with her, which I won't do that because if I ever go there, I have to have my own hotel room.
Where is she in Manhattan?
She's in the West Village. She is going to go to meetings with me every single day if I end up ever going to New York again. And that will be amazing. That will keep me sober because I don't know if you guys, like, people don't, there's some people that have drank when they've gone to meetings, but that's usually something that doesn't last very long. And once you're sober, you generally don't go back to like drinking and then going to a meeting. Like, that's usually the people that maybe are court ordered, you know what I mean, that are forced to go. But generally, like, once you decide to go to a meeting, you're deciding you don't want to drink anymore. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a different lifestyle. So like, if you go to a meeting every day, you're not going to be like, oh, I went to a meeting in the morning and now I'm going to a meeting tomorrow morning, but I'm going to drink tonight. It's like, it's just a different mindset. So like, if you go every day, like in the beginning, you might slip up a couple times. That's like where I slipped up that one time. So I'm not saying like they're like, just because you go to a meeting, you'll never drink again. But once you kind of get on that train where you're not, then it would be so foreign for you to like, I'm going to go to a meeting morning, drink in the afternoon, and go to a meeting in the next morning or something, or, you know, or if you go to more than one a day. It's so once I'm on that, you know, that habit in a sense, which I already am, and then if I have someone who's going to go with me every day, that's an accountability. So I was like, if I ever do need to go, but I'm not going to go unless I have to go, like, and I don't mean have to, but it just like in the sense of like where financially it makes sense, kind of that kind of thing. But right now it doesn't even make sense to go. So I'm like, there's no reason to go. But if I ever feel that financially it makes sense and I should go, now I have someone that will be there with me. And it's really exciting because she's going to take me to the meetings that I almost want to go for this reason. She's going to, oh, cool. She's going to take me to the meetings that like Bob and Dr. Bob and like Bill attended some of these meetings, you know what I mean, in New York City. And some of them were like their meetings and stuff. There's like all kinds of them there because that's, you know, where it originated, that in Akron, Ohio. That part's exciting, but I'm not going to go to New York unless it's, you know, something that's absolutely necessary. And I don't know if that's ever going to occur again because it seems like it's kind of getting where things are getting more stable, not less. Like Vegas is getting more stable. You know, people are coming back. It's getting more business. So, but it's a nice thought so I don't have to like fear it. Because at first I was like scared at the thought of even ever thinking of going to New York, and I shouldn't fear a place, you know, because that's not very, you know, being at peace, very godly to be like fear a place. So it's nice that I have that, and she wants me to go, but I'm not going to go unless I feel that it's necessary, and that wouldn't be I think the first time I would even consider would be summertime if Vegas is slow, because Vegas can be slow during the summer, but it probably won't happen. But I do feel good about having an option if I need it. And she is hilarious. So I just feel like I really did a lot of like really cool things this week for other people. Like in my meeting. Like I'm really pumped up about like not being selfish and like doing things for like other people, like being available more, not like it was just being available, like to listen to them. Both of these girls were like just going back and forth with them texting or calling and just like basically just like I'm just listening because they're just telling me what was going on because they're both dealing with some stuff. and the one girl was a relationship thing, and I felt like I actually like was able to give her really helpful advice, and it's kind of like worked out. I feel like really proud of myself because what had happened is like she was with this guy that's at the meetings, and then he ended up sitting right next to me at the meeting like the next day when she was like upset with him, and then I was trying to talk sense to her because I was like, please, I can see he was upset, please, like don't like blow him off, like, and it was like this cool thing where I was even like able to like I felt like the matchmaker, like, and like now they're like doing great, and I don't know, it felt really good. And then the other girl was having trouble with work, and she just like, I was giving her some advice. It just felt good. Like I don't even know, it's not like I have this great advice, but I'm just listening to someone and kind of just, just saying basic things, but just it can be helpful just to have someone listen to you, like you don't have to have all this wisdom, but just, just a listening ear and just, kind of sound advice, and it felt good. It felt like really stepping outside of myself, and so I was like, everyone was like, "Where's Joy?" Because I was like helping all these people this week, and so I don't know. I felt very warm. It felt really good. So, and I wasn't doing it for
Iowa and Iowa State. You can't get those confused.
Okay, yeah, and I was not doing any of this stuff to pat myself on the back or to even necessarily have it be successful. You just hoping for the best, but the fact like things really worked out of like the advice I gave and stuff, because what happened is in my program a lot of people have a lot of emotional things, a lot of emotional insecurities and a lot of emotional trauma, and so my friend was about ready to cut it off with this guy over it was things that weren't happening. It's all in her head, because she has emotional trauma, and I had to calm her down and be like, this isn't happening. Like, you're misinterpreting what he did, and so I had to like talk sense to her. And I don't even know, I recently just met both of them, and it's seeing in the program we get really close to people really, really, really fast. So I feel like everyone's my family. It is hot back here. It's hot in this closet now. It's getting warm in Vegas. Do we have the air on?
Yes. Nobody turned a fan on?
Do we have a fan?
Order a fan?
No, we have one in the garage, I think.
I don't think so.
Then we have one in Annette's room. She needs to turn hers on. No, one of them is a fan, so we have an oscillating fan.
Oh, you do have an oscillating fan somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's here in Annette's room in the garage, but I don't know. I don't know if anyone uses it. But Vegas is finally getting warm. So I normally am always cold, but I'm actually sweating back here because the closet gets hot. But yeah, I don't know. I'm having a really, really good week, and I met with my sponsor today. She always just makes me feel good. Like it just like lifts my spirits. I don't know. I just like her so much. She's such a good person. Her and her husband like dedicate their whole lives to like helping other people stay sober. It's insane. Like it was like her birthday the other day. I was like, what are you doing for your birthday? She's like, oh, we're just too busy. We got so many things going on. We're not gonna do much. And I'm like, they're like literally just, it's all like program stuff. Like they sponsor 1 million people, both of them. Because like her husband was like 36 years and she is like 27. And they just literally dedicate their lives. And they, had their regular lives. But when you tack in all of the program stuff with your regular life, you don't have a lot of time. And I'm sitting with me, I'm not even sponsoring anybody, and I'm running out of time. I can only imagine. Me and Richard are doing some service commitments, though. We're greeters. So that's fun. We're greeters 4 times a month. So we did it last month and we're doing it, well, we did it this month and we're doing it in April too. So yeah, everything is going really good around the house because ever since we started going to these shows, everyone's really been uplifted spirits. The only bummer was Gloria fell down the other day, but we had a real connecting moment because I've been bandaging her up every day. So that's good for us because she doesn't really like to accept help, but when she's hurt, she will, just as any of us will. So she's really hurt. What happened is, it's so crazy too because it happened to be that normally, so we don't, me and Gloria get along now, but we just often kind of give each other space because, it's 2 strong women in the house. We're just gonna, we just acknowledge each other, but kind of, give each other space. So I thought she was going to the gym and Richard was sleeping. And then I go out there and she was like sitting on the couch, but I didn't notice her elbow or anything. And I said, do you want to ride to the gym? Because, we gave her, and she says, oh, no, I just fell. I was going to just walk, because she likes to walk when it's nice out. And I guess when she walked right outside of the house, she slipped. She said, I don't even know there was nothing there. It wasn't icy. It's just, I don't know. She just lost her footing. And she fell right on her elbow, though. I think it was this one. I don't know which one was left or right. But it was so fortunate because I was like, oh, I just gotten a brand new thing in Neosporin, which we still had some, but I was happy we had like brand new ones. So because keep putting it on there every day. And I just, recently I'd gotten a bunch of Band-Aids. So I was like, oh, I got a bunch of Band-Aids and Neosporin. Let me manage you up. She's like, oh, you do? I was like, yeah, of course we have that, in the house. She's just so funny and great. She just didn't even know there was Band-Aids and Neosporin in the house. So I bandaged her up, and then I've been bandaging her up every day. I'll be like, let's change your Band-Aids. We'll put on new ones and put on more Neosporin. It's healing pretty good, but it was pretty deep. It wasn't enough for stitches, because it wasn't really like bleeding. It was just deep, if that makes sense. But it didn't like gush blood, but it was bleeding a little.
It was lucky you were here.
Yeah, and I was happy that I was able to help her bandage it up right away, because she'll just sit out there. That's what we always tell her, like, Gloria, let us know if you need anything or anything. Like, she would have just sat out there with her, she's a little bit stubborn with not wanting to ask for help. So I was happy that she especially doesn't want to ask for help from me, because, we've had things in the past where we're getting along great now. But she had a great time on her birthday. We really tried to make her birthday fabulous. She really had a good time. But it just worked out. We were going to take them bowling or to the movies, but then it worked out there was that chili. They loved that. That was so much more fun than bowling or the movies. And it wasn't free. It wasn't like we were doing something cheap. I mean, we had to pay $45 to go to the event, and it would have been like $60 to go bowling. So it would have been, not that much of a difference. It wasn't anything significant. It wasn't like we were trying to be cheap. We just asked them, which should you want to do? And Gloria loves people, so that she wanted to do something social, and that was a very social thing. And she wanted to meet our friends, because a lot of our friends were there. And it was really great, because that was a lot more socializing than if we had just taken them to a movie. It would be no socializing. And bowling would only be socializing with each other. It would have just been the four of us socializing, not with anyone else. So I think that was a great, especially for Annette. She hasn't gone to something like where she's talking to that many people. Because even when we go to the shows, we're not talking to other people. Sometimes in line you might chat with some people, but, not very much. So that was just such a great interaction. And there was music, which Gloria was dancing. So it was just a good time. We had a great time. And they loved the chili, too. I mean, they got full. They only did a portion, of which I would assume they could have ever finished all the chili, those two, because they don't eat very much. But they didn't get very far at all. Me and Rich didn't do it, because we don't eat the chili. But good times. Real good times. And then we've gone to 2 shows. So there's been a lot of stuff where we've all been doing things together, and it's so much better. It's just really fun when we're all 4 in the car. I'm really glad we have a big vehicle to fit us all in there, because and that's really tall. Gloria's so tiny in the front seat, we had to push the seat all the way forward for her. She sits all the way forward. So cute. She loves it. So they're going dancing tonight, which I didn't think they were going to go dancing because of Gloria's elbow, but I guess she's feeling good enough to go dancing. We really didn't think she was going to go because she's been resting a lot. She hasn't gone to the gym. I don't know what day with that. You guys probably know. Was it 2 or 3 days ago? I think it was 3 days ago now. But I lose track of days. But she hasn't been able to go to the gym. She was going to go that day, and then she hasn't been able to go because of her elbow, which is good. I don't think she should go. But so we weren't sure if she was going to want to go dancing. We didn't know if it was still hurting. I've been telling her to take Tylenol every day. That's the only thing we have for pain around here. We don't have anything stronger because we don't do anything like that. But we have some Tylenol, so she takes some of that. Tylenol does help. If you don't take anything else, we're people that don't take any sort of medicine and definitely not any sort of pain thing, then Tylenol, you can feel a difference if you do end up taking it. People that are so used to stronger things for their pain or alcohol or something, then Tylenol is not very significant when you're drowning yourself out with alcohol. But so I have completed 56 days, which that's my little guy over here. That's my little counter. But today is 57. So So I haven't completed 57 days till the end of today, till midnight, but this is my little calendar. So if I do wake up at midnight, which I often do, I will switch this, and then I put a big X on the day on my calendar, and it's like a fun little ritual I've been doing. But I honestly, I know I had relapses in the past, but I just don't ever see that happening again, because I've pretty much fully committed my life to sobriety now, like already, like in a short amount of time. Like me and Rich are like, we're very indoctrinated in it already. Like, it's just, I mean, the next thing I'm gonna do is probably get a tattoo. Then it'll be on my body forever. But I mean, my room has just. It would be so strange if I were to drink with all of this stuff everywhere. It's like meeting stuff, And I got like my sobriety bracelets. I have sobriety coin I keep with me everywhere. I have a little card that has the 3rd step prayer and the 7th step prayer. I have all my books all over the room. I have my coins all over the room. I have the serenity prayer. I have the 3rd step prayer. I have Dr. Bob's definition of humility. I have the 12 traditions. I have the 12 steps. I have like all this stuff hung up in my room. And then on my calendar, I have marked out for months my days. I'm not relapsing again. So I already have like my days counted out for like 90 days. For like I got them in the calendar already like marked out. I'm like, no, this is happening. This is staying this way. So, also my sponsor, so no matter what club member, which is great because she's a flight attendant, so the Mile High Club, it makes me think of that. But then my earpiece fell off. Excuse me. I've been listening to like 90s music. I'm loving it. 90s and early 2000s. I started with Jewel, and then I did Jewel Mix on YouTube Music. You can go to the artist and put mix, and then you get like not just that artist. But Jewel was my first CD I ever owned. Not my first tape. I don't remember who my first tape was. I think it was a kid thing. I think it was that Betty Botter thing I did the other day. But my first CD was Jewel. Is it called Pieces of You? What is that one? Is it called Pieces of You? It's that one she has. Right now it's Vertical Horizon. Do you guys remember them? But I means nothing to you and you don't know why. What was that album called? This is the one I had. Yeah, Pieces of You. This is the one I had. You guys remember that one? That was the first CD I ever owned. I love Joel. But anyways, I hadn't listened to her in years, and then she popped up on YouTube. She was singing just like at her house or something. Oh my goodness. Her voice has almost gotten better. Like, not worse, I'll tell you that much. It's still phenomenal. She has a phenomenal voice. Some singers, their voice gets worse as they get older. Not Jewel. I was like, jeez. Her voice is insane. But, yeah, so it's just been a really great day. I got to meet with my sponsor, which is always a good day when I get to meet with my sponsor.
Down by 6. Oh my God.
And then it felt really good to have all these people like miss me. It's just crazy that people went to the meeting. The one girl called in sick for work to come see me at the meeting. And I'm like, she texted me, she's like, Joy, you're not at the meeting. I was like, well, yeah, because I meet with my sponsor today at a different meeting. She's like, I called and say to work. I thought you were going to be there. I was like, oh, no, sorry. I don't go there every day as much as I want to. And then, it's just awesome. But then there's so much drama I'm finding out, too. It is like soap opera central when you find the behind the scenes. And I'm getting that from my other friend that lives in New York. She's a little bit of a gossiper. I always do. You don't want to be on her wrong side because when someone like gossips a lot, that could happen to you too, you know what I mean? But I'm on her good side now, so I try not to, I don't really like to gossip about people, but I try to just kind of like let her do it. But it's entertaining to me because I'm finding out this stuff. I was like, oh, who knew that? Because there's so much more like drama that goes behind the scenes of the meetings, and it's making me laugh because me and Richard are married, so we kind of stay out of a lot of the drama, because a lot of the drama is romantic drama, like who's hooking up with this one or that one, and I'm like, oh dear, this is ooh, let me get my popcorn. You know, it's pretty funny because some of the stuff is just hilarious to me. But then it makes sense too because some of the stuff I've already encountered, like some of the women who are very jealous of other women, and I'm like, oh, okay, I thought it was just me on some of them. Like, oh no. So there's this one woman, Richard even saw, he's like, oh, whoa, she gave you the up and down look and the up and down look like, over and over in not a good way. I was like, no, I didn't think she liked me. I'm glad you observed that. I was like, because I have a lot of girls that do like me, and there's the ones that don't. You know, I'm not saying everybody likes me. But the ones that like me really like me, and I've made some really good friends already. And it's just, it's weird because I haven't had friends in forever. Not like this, you know. I've had acquaintances, tons of drinking buddies that, great if you want to go to the bar, but if you need them to change a flat tire, not so helpful, you know. Where my new friends, I could probably call them for anything, and they'd be like, oh, man, we were just talking about Richard's sponsor. We were talking about Richard's sponsor that, we were like, if Richard ever called his sponsor and said that his sponsor was the best, that he was thinking about drinking, he'd be like, where are you? Give me the address. I'm going to be there in, what's the address? And he put it in his maps. I'll be there in 24 minutes or whatever, like to the second. It's just, he's just so, like, he really does care about like your sobriety and stuff, you know what I mean? And that's how these people are, like they'll have your back. So it feels really good. And they generally do care. Like at first I thought it was fake. Like there are some fake people, but not that fake. Because if you needed them, they would help, you know what I mean? Because they want to help other alcoholics if you really needed them. Even the ones that don't like you that much, if you really were like, I really need, or if I really need someone to talk to, I mean, they would, you know what I mean? They would do that. Because we help each other, so it's just like this really cool thing. So I'm really happy. I've never actually been happier since we started going to the meetings. I was happy right away, and we kind of grew up in this short time. At a couple, like we started at one meeting and then went to another one, and now we're at the meetings that we like feel really, really good at, and we like I don't think we'd ever change it because we have like our home groups now. But it was kind of interesting because at each meeting, like there's so many people I became very attached to that I miss them from some of the other meetings, but we just, one of these days we'll go back and just say hi. I'm sure they thought we started drinking again because we were going every day to this one meeting that we haven't been to since like, probably beginning of January. And I'm sure they thought we went back to drinking, you know. Which I did have one relapse in January, but that was the last time. So we should go after we get our 60 day or something, or maybe even after our 90 day, and just go say hi. Hey guys, we got our 90 day or something. But yeah, you really connect with these people and you think about them. You know, there was one lady, she just cracked me up at this one meeting. That was the same meeting that I'm talking about, and I'd like to just go say hi to her one of these days. She was actually very helpful in my first couple of days of going to the meetings. Like, she just really made me feel welcome, and she was so sweet. Older lady, just so sweet, like her grandmama, just so sweet. So, yeah. It's weird how much has happened in such a short time. Like, so much more has happened in the amount we've been sober, or that amount of time, than what happened in, like, years of drinking. Because those days are, like, the same for the most part, you know. I go to a bar or something, some establishment that has alcohol, buy it from a grocery store, drink till I pass out, and wake up regretting and not knowing what I did, basically. I mean, that's the cycle. So now with the meetings, it's just like endless things. I mean, we're invited to so many different things, and I mean, there's so many events. We don't go to most of them because we just, you know, I like to be home with the ladies a lot, and we often have other things going on, but we are getting more and more involved, so it's awesome. It's so good for the family. Gloria and Annette love it too, because they met a bunch of the people from our meeting, and they're good people. That's the crazy thing. Oh, this was the funny thing that someone said today. So this guy was from out of town, and he was hilarious. He came from LA. Very, very funny man. And he made a bunch of jokes. But one joke he said is, only in these meetings do we, like, pat ourselves on the back and congratulate ourselves, and we're all proud of ourselves for not doing what we weren't supposed to do in the first place, and giving each other chips and tokens and things for not doing what we weren't supposed to do in the first place. I was like, that's pretty true. Yeah. And then he said at his meeting, you have to clap after everyone speaks. Because he's like, in my meeting, everyone needs their egos stroked still, constantly. So great. In our meetings, we only clap like for like milestones and things, you know. You don't clap after everyone speaks. But he said there, he's like, yeah, in LA, everyone wants to get a standing ovation, basically. So it's just funny things. I don't know, I thought it was funny. You'd have to be there to really understand the humor when you're in a meeting, because when you're in a meeting, everything is funny. But if you repeat it to other people, it's not necessarily funny. But it is true. It's like the participation award. You can't wait to get your chips too. And they're not like they're expensive. You know, these are too many, probably more expensive than the other ones. Are probably like 10 cents. We're getting them in bulk, I'm sure. But it feels so good when you get them. Yeah. I have still just a 30-day because you only get 30, 60. So I'm waiting. So I have my 30. I have a couple of 30-day ones because what happened is I celebrated at 2 meetings, or 2 days, because I wanted to do my 7 a.m. meeting and my 8 a.m. meeting. But then on those 2 days, I also went to several meetings each one of those days, and I was like, well, I'll get a chip since those were only 2 days I picked up chips for the 30 days. So I have like 6. I think I went to 3 meetings each day. I have like 6 30-day, maybe less than that. I'm gonna have to count. But I gave one away to my friend who got her 30. I think she fell off, though, unfortunately. I'm kind of upset about this. One of my friends.
Maybe on the bad luck one.
I don't think she was sober when she got her 30-day, to be honest. But I think she just didn't want to tell everyone. The reason why she keeps kind of like making excuses for meetings when she used to meet me at meetings, and now every time there's an excuse, and I don't think she's going to any meetings, so I just don't think she's sober anymore, because that's how you kind of can figure out someone's not sober if they don't want to go to meetings anymore. It's pretty as simple as that. It's like if they stop going to meetings, they're not going to be sober for much longer if they are. So it makes me sad, but she's young, so I hope she figures it out before she's too old and doesn't have to turn 40 to figure it out, you know? Because she's only like 30. I thought she was only like 25. She looks younger than she is, but she's 30. So that's the hard part. And, you know, some people see people leave and then they pass away, and that's even harder, you know? So I was talking to this lady in the meeting, and everyone in her family are alcoholics, but they all have permanent damage to their bodies on all different things. Her dad is so bad, he's in a walker, and he's totally pickled, where he just like has to drink 24/7 or he'll die, kind of thing, and like he's so addicted. But her one sister got in a car accident that it made her a vegetable from a DUI car accident. She's like a vegetable now. And then her other sister drank so much that it gave her brain damage, because I guess, and that's the same with her dad. Her dad has brain damage too. So what happens is, if you drink enough, first it shuts down your organs like your liver and your pancreas, and a lot of like things in your stomach go awry. But eventually, if you drink enough, it'll start going to your brain. And it can do permanent damage and irreplaceable damage. If you're a drinker, like a daily drinker, it can eventually start going to your brain, and it starts killing off all your brain cells, and they have permanent brain damage where it's actually changed their personality. She said her dad now, fortunately, is super nice. He's really old now. He's like, in his 90s. She said he's nice now because his brain damage has made it change his personality. He was nice, but she said her sister is the opposite. She's super mean now. But it's just scary to think. And like what I found out the other day when I was reading my big book workbook, I have this great workbook. Your pancreas and your liver are the organs needed to help metabolize the alcohol out of your system. That means try to get it out of your system. And alcohol, the first organs it kills and destroys are your pancreas and your liver. So why alcohol is a progressive disease is because the things needed to help you fight off alcohol in your body, because alcohol is a poison. So when you put it in your body wants to get rid of it. So your organs fight very hard to try to get alcohol out of your system as soon as you put it in your body. It'd be like if a kid swallowed poison, you give them ipecac syrup to get it out of them. Well, adults, we decide to swallow poison through the form of alcohol, and our body goes like, get this out of me, you swallowed poison. And we go, nope, let's swallow some more. And so the whole time your organs are trying to get it out of your body. And so they're on overload. And the ones that are work the hardest are your pancreas and your liver. Well, alcohol destroys your pancreas and your liver. So the longer you drink, the less you have any defense against alcohol. And so then once you've already destroyed your pancreas and liver, then it starts destroying all the other organs and, you know. But I was thinking about it. I think I was getting pretty severe because the more you know you're messing up, your body is how bad you're affected when you do drink too, as it's, so like I was getting where every time my face bloated so bad, where Richard's like, you were probably getting close to like pancreatitis or something like that, you know, because like where you like, because the people get this really bloated face and they have all these allergic reactions in a sense to the alcohol because you have an allergy to it. And mine was getting where if I drank one day, the next day I could barely open my eyes. I mean, it was getting so bad right before I stopped drinking. Like even worse than when I was in New York. Like right towards the end of December, when I would drink, like the next day I would look like a living hell. I mean, it was, and I would feel that way too. You know, it wasn't just the way I looked, but it was so obvious in the way I looked. Like it was just like, whoa, you look like you fell off the ugly tree and hit every branch going down or something. And it was like, and it was crazy because it'd be so drastic. Like let's say I had X amount of days of sobriety, I would start looking better and feeling better, and then it would be like one night, and then it was like that tornado had hit me, and that's because it was progressing, you know, and it will continue to progress. Did you know alcohol progresses whether you drink or not? So an alcoholic, I could not drink for 20 years, and if I drank, it wouldn't matter if I drank for those 20 years or didn't drink for those 20 years. I'd be in the exact same situation of my health, basically, if I were to start drinking again, because it's progressive. So your body still was progressively, like, because why it's progressive is because as you get older, these things deteriorate anyways. So your pancreas and your liver don't work as well as you get older. And so if you've already started to destroy them, and then as you get older, they're already, so then even if you don't drink in 20 years, if you go to drink, your organs still aren't working great. You know what I'm saying? Like if you were a drinker, I'm not saying anyone, I'm saying if you were a drinker, a hard drinker for X amount of time, and then you stop for X amount of years, and then you go right back, it's like, it'd be as if you didn't even stop, because your body's still going to be just as, like, it's going to go right back to the way it was, like of being destroyed. Because it's kind of like almost like, if you're healthy, you can maintain, but you've done damage. When you drink, that's irreversible damage, a lot of the stuff. Some of it you can kind of recover from and bounce back. Some of it, no. I mean, I'm sure my liver and pancreas are not nearly as good as people's that never drank. You know what I mean? Not even close, I would imagine. And they already, like I said, get worse as you get older anyways. You know, so, and then I'm sure I've lost a lot of brain cells, especially since I was a blackout drinker, you know, so, I mean, if you're blacking out, you're already getting in your brain where something's going wrong with your brain, like you're having memory loss and stuff, you know what I mean, like that's getting to your brain already. So I'm very happy to be sober. I've never been happier, to be honest, because I've been sober, but I never, not as sober like this. Does that make sense? I've never been sober through the program like this. I even did the program when I was young, but I was 22, and I didn't commit to it to the way I am now. You know, I mean, I never did a service. I never even went through the steps. I had a sponsor, but she ended up moving, and then I never replaced her. So I never made it through the steps. We started, but I never made it through. She was actually a famous news anchor, and I didn't know that when I picked her, because I didn't watch the news much, in Portland. And She ended up getting transferred to another state for the news. But I always thought that was cool. It's like my first sponsor was famous. Sweet lady. I liked her a lot. But when she moved, I didn't replace her. And then, eventually drank again. So this time around, I love my sponsor. I have issues with my sponsor in the sense of, because she's so busy, she's not very available, but now I have so many other people that I don't really need her to be any more available than she is. I see her 3 times a week at the meetings, and then we meet once a week, so that's enough. But and I text her every day, but I don't bother her. Like if I need anything, I text someone else because she's so busy. And that's good, but it also is a little frustrating because sometimes you want your sponsor to be more available, but then I'm like, but I picked someone that I wanted, someone who's like successful, you know what I mean? Like there was another lady who wanted to be my sponsor because she has nothing going on in her life, and yeah, she had plenty of time, but I want someone that's like got stuff going on in their life. Like my sponsor is very successful, so that's why she's busy. So it's like Rich always says, pick the person that you want to be like, not who you don't want to be like. Like if they're giving you advice for life, you want to pick someone. And she's a flight attendant. That's one of. She's not anymore. She's retired. But the other 2 are current flight attendants, the Swansea sisters. But she has 3 other jobs right now that she does. But she started being a flight attendant when she was 45. So she's like, you could totally be a flight. She was telling me the other day, and Richard's like, I don't know how much more wink you can get that you're literally sitting in a meeting surrounded by 3 flight attendants. Like I was sitting in the middle of them. They surround me. And they're my Swansea sisters and my sponsor. Or, 2 of them are current flight attendants. The other one used to be a flight attendant. So it's like, and I always wanted to be a flight attendant, like when I was younger. I love flying, but I ended up going to the Air Force because of 9/11. I would have never gone to the Air Force if 9/11 didn't happen. I had no intent. My parents were in the Army, but they advised me and my sister to not ever go in the military. They didn't like it. And my mom became even, like, I think a nonconformist, like her last year, because she didn't want to use weapons. So it's really weird the way she died, considering. But that's why it's questionable to me. But because she had learned to shoot a gun in the military just as I know how to shoot an M9 and an M16, but I don't like guns. And my mom the same way. But I guess her last year in the military, she said she didn't want to ever have to shoot a gun again. So, even though she only did it for qualifying, she never went to war. But, so she didn't want to go to war. But anyways, they said don't join the military. Don't ever join the military. And then 9/11 happened, and they're like, okay, if you want to join the military, that'll be all right. Because they had decided for me to join because I was only 17 when I joined the Air Force. I actually signed up when I was only 16, I think. I think I waited a year in delayed entry program. I think so. I think I was only 16. I can't remember if I just turned 17 or if I was only 16. I think I was only 16. And then I knew I was going to join when I was 17, because you can't join until you're 17. But when you're 17, your parents have to sign for you. Because when you're 18, you can sign for yourself. But if you're only 17, your parents have to give you permission to join the military. So both my parents signed for it, so they approved of it, kind of. My dad was all gung-ho. I think he just wanted to get rid of me, but my mom did not. My mom was devastated, but... Oh, so today I shared about my mom. It's weird because, you know how I've, like, told you guys so much about my mom? I don't in the meetings, because it's too... Other people have had similar experience. They have the same death as my mom. Not for their mom. One guy's his dad, one is someone else in their family. But, I don't know, it's so morbid. But today, it was about, like, love and tolerance, and I ended up sharing just more that because of her death, I kind of allowed myself to not care and to kind of just, it was like my get out of jail free ticket. So I was saying, like, which is not a good thing. I'm not laughing in a good way. It's just, I'm laughing at how ridiculous I am, because even up until the last couple of days when I got asked to leave the Taco Bell for bringing my own beer and asked to never come back, and the pizza place for falling asleep at the table because I was so drunk. Right down the street here, so embarrassing. But anyways, both those people, I was drunk, and I'm like, my mom died. And they were like, they were all nice to me. And I was telling in the meeting, I was like, I think they thought my mom had died more recently than like 20 years ago. You know, when they're like trying to be like, oh. But that's not like, I was still so like, when I would drink, I would get so worked up that it was like it was yesterday, you know. It's like I would be like bawling as if my mom had died yesterday. I mean, it was like 20 years ago, and it's just insane. But I think it was like kind of my excuse for bad behavior for so long. It's like, oh, my mom died, leave me alone, you know. If your mom died when you were 20, you can then come talk to me, you know. But you know, people have lost moms at younger ages, you know, or not at all. Like my spunsy sister. She was talking to me, and you know, she's adopted, and she's like, I'm angry at a mom I never even got to know, you know. And I was like, I know, that's tough. That could almost be worse. And she's mad because her mom had another child, another girl. She gave her up for adoption, but then had another daughter she didn't know about for many years later. So that was this weird thing of like, well, why would you keep her, but you gave up me, you know? But I'm sure circumstances were different, but you know, it's still just like there's that feeling of not being wanted, but then, because often, you know, if a mom gives a kid up for adoption, then you would assume she can't take care of kids, but then when she goes and has another one, that can be hurtful to the kid to find out later. But I'm sure there would be different circumstances. It could be, you know, probably different fathers, or I don't know all the info. But I could see how that could be a hard thing to kind of stomach to realize that. Like, I have a sister, but she wanted her, but she didn't want me. So, a lot of people have issues, and mine are no different. They're different. They're no worse or better. It's just everyone has good and bad, you know. And until you've walked in someone's shoes, like they said, we really can't judge. And I don't even think anyone should judge. I don't even think God judges, to be honest. I mean, I have my opinions on that, but I think that's more our kind of like our opinion of it. Like we, you know, I know in the Bible it says this, but it's like, I think we think God's sitting there judging us, but I don't think he does. I mean, he created us. He gave us free will. He already knows what we're going to do. Why would he judge us? It doesn't really make sense to me. We always say, oh, he's judging us, and only God can judge. But I'm like, why would he judge his own creation that he gave you free will, but he already knows the outcome you're going to choose even before you choose? So it'd be kind of like, well, that seems like you're setting me up for failure. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem right to me. So I don't really believe that anyone judges, except for humans. And we shouldn't. Take the log out of your own eye before you take the speck out of mine. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm getting very back into, well, not into religion, into spirituality. Because religion is not what I want, but spirituality is a different thing. So my sponsor's husband says this thing. One of his things he likes to say is that when because people kind of always say some people have their little spiels they say often in the meetings. And he likes to say that there's a good and bad of the program. The good is that it's a spiritual program. The bad is that's all it is a spiritual program. And it's supposed to just be a program that leads you to a deeper relationship with God. And through that, you learn how to be sober through God. So people that don't want it to be a spiritual program, it's not going to work for you. It has to be spiritual, so you have to connect. And it was hard for me at first because I grew up very religious, and I got mad at God because what happened with my mom. She was so religious and so God, God's my best friend. And then the way she died was like WTH. So, yeah, like 20 years, I didn't really want anything to do with God. But ever since I've been going to the meetings, I'm like, me and God, we are buddies. I don't mind. I'm all about it. I'm like, I got my God rack in my pocket. My sponsor told me about that today. She's like, I wore these pair of pants. I haven't put them on in a long time, and I found my God rack in my pocket. My sponsor, she's hilarious. But she's like, when I didn't want to believe in God, I kept just finding pennies everywhere. Pennies. And I'd pick them up, and I guess, but you know what it says on a penny? And I said, what it says? In God we trust. I was like, oh yeah, it does, doesn't it? You guys have been collecting pennies? Want some more pennies? Because they're getting rid of them. I'm keeping, I got one of these wonderful, like old school milk jugs. Isn't that great? And then, I don't have that many. This is just since I heard they discontinued it, I started putting them in a jar. It's like, no more pennies. Oh my gosh, when I was a kid, my stepmom inherited pennies. Would you imagine? Great inheritance. It was like her great grandma. So like, she got also this big ass boat station wagon. It was a Buick station wagon with the wood side paneling, and it's the 8-seater, you know, where the back seats go the opposite way and the back window rolls down. One of the ones that it beeps when you back up, you know. But she inherited that thing and pennies, like a lot of pennies, but not a ton of value because it's pennies, right? But enough where when we were kids, we wanted to go to Great America, which we used to always go, but we want to get souvenirs. And they're like, if you want souvenirs, you can roll pennies. Roll pennies? Like, oh, yeah. Roll pennies. So we rolled like $40 of pennies, and it didn't even like make a dent in her pennies.
Your carpool karaoke today?
Oh, my carpool karaoke? Did you guys enjoy my? I used to do that all the time. Well, I was going to pick up Richard's dry cleaning and drop off Gloria. One of the shoes didn't fit her, so I had to return that to Amazon today and drop off the dry cleaning. And I very rarely am in the car by myself, and I was listening to Justin Bieber, not intentionally, it came on, and because I had it on mix of someone. I love Bieber, but it wasn't on Bieber, but it came on the Love Yourself song, and I love that song. And I used to always say, go fuck yourself, because I was in a bad mood. And I was like, I don't feel that way anymore. And I was like, why don't they have it this way? I used to always be like, this should be like, because it's kind of like an egg to your ex. I'm like, oh, first. But today I was like, no, I don't view it that way. And I don't know, I just started singing to myself, because I was in the car by myself, and I was like actually not singing like quietly. I was like belting it out. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to turn on the camera and film myself. Because we have that little thing that holds the thing, and it was like perfect. So. Yeah, that was my inspiration. I heard the song, was in the car by myself. I started singing out loud, and was like, I used to film those all the time. I'd make like a million of those carpool karaoke's. Oh, I used to do a ton of them. And then when I started to drink and got depressed, I only sing when I'm happy. I don't have a great voice, but I only want to sing when I'm happy. But Richard has tried to get singing to help me get out of depression, but it's hard because I don't want to sing when I'm depressed, but it's good for me to sing to get out of depression. So it's like this catch-22. But as soon as I start singing, I feel better. But it's the jaws of life to get me to go sing. But as soon as I sing,
very spiritual.
Yeah, but as soon as I sing, then I'm like feel great.
You're also
but when I'm depressed,
Irish.
he'll be like, "Do you want to sing in the studio?" And I'll be like, "No." And he'll be like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, and then once I get in there, I'm like, I want to keep singing. But to get me in there when I'm depressed is really hard. But now, like, I would go. All right, guys, I'm gonna pass you off to Richard.
Oh,
So,
okay, let's go.
I'm about logged out for the day. But yeah, it's been a great day. Probably one of the best days in a really long time for me. Because just everything that happened with the last 2-3 days, really, with these girls that we've been texting like incessantly. The only reason why, well, they might be texting me right now, but the one girl, the only reason, like, it was insane. Like, she's a texter. And she's someone that's a little bit demanding, but I don't mind because I really like her. And I could see in the future where she might drive me nuts at some point, but for right now, we're good. She's an incessant. Right now, she has friends visiting from San Diego and Manhattan. And so I kind of feel like I got a little break, honestly. She has been blowing up my phone from like morning to evening. And she's on New York time, so it starts at like 2 a.m., which I'm up at that time anyways. It works out, but she's like from 2 a.m. because she's, that's like 5 a.m. there. 2 or 3 a.m., it's either 5 or 6 a.m. She's texting me. She's going to her morning meetings over there. And then she jumps into our morning meeting on the Zoom when I do the 7 a.m. But today she couldn't anyways, and I wasn't at that meeting anyways. But the other day she was like watching because I had to sit next to her guy. I didn't even want to, and he didn't want to either. It was literally the last scene, which is funny because I've never had any interaction with him, and I'm very respectful because I've never even hugged him or shook his hand. But then at the end, we were supposed to do the prayer. And so I went the other way. Because Richard was on this side of me, he was on this way. I went to this side of the room because I didn't want to hold his hand.
Feel him in there. Come on.
Oh, are you taking it? Yeah. But it was funny because I knew that she was going to, she's just one of those kind of jealous girls. Well, she literally screenshotted us. Did you know she screenshotted us? She's like, I saw you sitting next to him. And I was like, it was not my choice. She's hilarious.
Crazy girl. Okay, good job, Joy. Okay, nice stream, everybody. Say bye to Joy. Let's see who's. D. Hamilton says you're doing so good. Let's see. Petro Sue says awesome job. Midge says great. Jacqueline says great. Snoop says great. Jen says great. 710 says great. Dark Uncle says great. And I think that's about it today. Lord Uncle. Prep, yeah.
You're good, guys.
And Jedi says great. Oh, you can't see it. It's in the shadow. There you go.
I'm showing him again.
Yeah, you proud of your little coins there? Yeah.
I like them. Because it says, my mom. She used to buy me. Oh, if I didn't get into this.
I'm covering for you, Mitch.
My mom bought me teddy bears every holiday for my entire life. That's all I got. I did not get other things. It maybe not nail polish, but I didn't get clothes. No. I usually just borrowed my sister's clothes my entire life. And then when my sister went to college, I realized I was going to be butt naked in school. I was like, oh, Mom, I have no clothes. But she said, oh, you got teddy bears. So I saw it today, and I was like, and the other one, no matter what club, I was going to get that one because that's what my sponsor says. But then I saw that, and I was like, well, I got to get them both. So they were $2.50, and I had $5. That's all I had on me was $5, and I was like, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah, God's will.
Oh, but guess what? There was tax, but they gave a 10% military discount.
No.
Veterans. So I had enough for my $5.
That's great. What a great story. Wasn't that a great happy ending, guys? Fascinating story, wasn't it? I found it absolutely fascinating. Okay, let's see. Going to chill here for 5 minutes. I got to take the ladies dancing, which I'm kind of I'm getting a little irritated because I really want to go to the speaker meeting that everyone at 7 a.m. goes to. And I want to go to it, but, they're not, let's see. Let me see what I can do here. Hi, Petrosuge. Hey, everybody doing good? Okay, good. I'm not going to stop the ladies from dancing. That's what I just said. I said I'm irritated. I didn't say I'm going to do that. I just said it's more of a matter of acceptance. Get them an Uber? Yeah, but that's wasteful. That would be the old me. That would be like getting what I want, doing what I want, and it was fun. And it goes back to my whole thing about money issues and why I always had to make money because I could just solve my problems with money. I could just throw money at problems. I'd be like, oh, just do what I want because I can just pay for it. And that's not the way to go through life. It does not build character. So, anyways, happy Friday, guys. I'm thinking about doing a Hurt Her Friday. Do you guys want a link? Would you be down for a link, or what's the story here? Anyone? Because I could use myself some dinner. If you guys, unless someone, last night, of course, when I'm busy and I've got all this stuff going on, I'm getting blowing up texts and I'm getting calls in Discord saying, let's go do Hurt Her Friday tonight. I'm like, it's Thursday. Yeah, but we're all ready to go. Come on. I'm like, bros, tomorrow night. Like tomorrow, I was like, yeah, man, that's Friday. Today's Thursday anyways. Plus, I'm busy. I mean, if I wasn't busy, I had a lot of scheduled things. I'm not going to tell you what they are. So stop asking for. You guys come in different forums to try to figure out like all sorts of your information, but I'm not going to tell you. Let's put it this way: it's classified, top secret what I'm doing. It is. It actually is. Yes, you are. Yes, actually are. What else is your purpose? I'm not even sure what that means. Midge, I'm going to cover for you again. Don't worry about Midge. He's having a bad day. That's all I could come up with, Midge. I'm sorry, last minute. Please smash those likes. You do need some privacy. Well, I don't mind sharing what I do. I don't mind being an open book, and I have been primarily throughout my entire social media career, up until people started watching my shit. And once they started watching my shit, then I was like, well, it wasn't that they're watching it. It's what they did. It's what they do is they try to mess it up. They call the police. They harass your hotels. They call they harass your community you live in. So I don't mind sharing my life as a book because I'm not embarrassed to do it. It's just more you guys. It's the people on Reddit. Those people are crazy. I mean, if you read some of the stuff that they wrote over there back in the day, I mean, I was like, man, they were talking about how they were going to stalk the neighborhood and all this other stuff and try to get Gloria and Annette evicted, and it was just crazy. And I was like, wow, you guys are. I mean, I know. Okay, let's just say let's say 1/10 of the accusations you say against us were true. Nothing compares to what you guys were doing. Nothing compares to that. So, hey, what's up? Hey, Weaponized Cat. How are you feeling today? I'm going to take the ladies dancing. I think they're getting... Let me see if they... Annette, do you want anything to eat? She might go outside. Well, some people are cut out for this and others are not. Right, I know. Fortunately, I mean, I think what they were surprised is that I'm kind of like one of the people that are cut out for it because you can't. It's like you can do all that. All it does is just kind of, I don't know. Probably, I would say if you go around trying to cause discord in people's lives, that's not going to fare well with you in the land of karma and stuff. I'm not saying anything. I'm not judging. I'm just saying that I choose not to go around meddling in other people's lives and pulling county records or causing discord, like causing strife, It's not my job. I mean, if it was my job, it'd be one thing, but that's not my job. But as a hobby, I just don't go doing that. And I don't do that because I find that that's not what my higher power or my universe or my God wants me to do, whatever you guys want to call it. But, I mean, I have my own beliefs and you guys make fun of me, so that's why I kind of... but still, my higher power would not want me to go around on a Friday night, like just pulling clips of some other family meddling and trying to smear someone, even if I was right, even if I was 100% in the right. That's not what my higher power would want me to spend my energy doing, because that's not my job. I mean, if that was my job, it'd be different. I don't know whose job it is to smear people, but but I guess that whose job it is, it would be detectives, it would be police officers, it'd be the actual officials, the ones. I mean, and they don't smear people; they actually come up with substance. They don't just speculate and just throw trash just to destroy people. And that's what I used to do. I used to be much more selfish and less concerned about like how my actions affected others. However, today is, hey, no way, David W. I'm so glad you're back. How are you, David W? I'm good. How's Vancouver? Man, I miss the Pacific Northwest. It's real beaver country up there. They've got lots of beavers. And I really miss the beavers. Higher powers. Say you enjoy. Well, what higher powers? Well, the thing about higher powers is they don't really say anything. I mean, it sounds like you fight two demons. Your name is apropos because, you know, to talk into a layman's term that you'd understand, people seek out a higher power because they want to relieve themselves of their demons. You sound like you're fighting your demons. Well, that's the difference. It's like you can fight your demons all you want. You're not going to win. You have to find a higher power, and that's how you. I'm not going to say win because sometimes your demons aren't necessarily. I mean, there's not really a good and bad in the universe. I mean, it's kind of a yin and yang. Maybe you have demons because you got tagged for something, right? And you need to deal with that. And when you deal with that, your higher power will relieve you of your demons. Long time. Finally, spring weather here. Long time no talk. Good to see you. I know, we have not been streaming. We actually took a hiatus for about 3 months and kind of focused on our sobriety. And now Joy is coming up. I think today is 57 days. And so we'll be getting 60 days on whatever day that, Monday, I believe. So I think she's very, very happy for that. Midge, and Midge, we have to thank you for a lot of this. A lot of you people contributed to her bottom and her rock bottom. I'm kidding. I'm just funning you, Midge. I was trying to find something humorous. Come on, it's kind of funny, right? What's your purpose in life, Midge? Well, my purpose is I get people sober. How do you do that? I'm like the worst thing that could possibly happen to them. Hanging out with me would be like the worst thing that could possibly happen to a person. And if they end up with me, you know that they're at the bottom. You're still trying. Cool. You got badgers? Badgers? Wait, hold on. We don't need no freaking badgers. Hey, no way, Shannon. Being a bum, I'm not good at. Yeah, well. I'd be very curious to hear what is the temperament right now in the UK. I mean, because we get very filtered information here, right? Like we only watch the news. I mean, we can only get what they say, and what we find out is half the stuff they say isn't even true. It's like literally like a blatant lie. Like they're like, okay, that's like the farthest thing from, like, you literally lied. So I'm just curious. Across the pond, Midge. By the way, for those of you who don't know, Midge is our resident correspondent in the United Kingdom. He is not in Liverpool. He is actually in Worcestershire sauce. I believe he's in Worcestershire. Is that true? Okay. If not, he's in York. Yorktown. So, so Midge, tell us, what is the overall sentiment amongst the lads there at the local watering hole where you partake in your beverages at night? Yorkshire, I was close. Okay, well, Midge, so you're sitting around with your lads, and you're you're playing darts. You've got your handicap cap on, and you've got a couple Guinnesses going, and you're thinking to yourself, like, someone comes in, and he's from the USA, and he's got a bunch of USA flags on, and it's me. Let's just say, okay, and I'm like, yo, Midge, USA, USA. What's the first thing your lads say? Come on, we're all waiting, we're anticipating your response here. I mean, it'd be much easier if you just click the damn link. I'm telling you, this delay, because I forgot to hit the ultra. You have 3 settings here. You have normal latency, which is okay. Normal latency, that sounds fine. But then you have low latency. Well, yeah, why wouldn't I want it faster? And then you have ultra low latency. And you're like, duh. Like why do you even have this as an option? Like, why would you ever want normal latency when you have the option to click ultra low latency? Does anybody know? Yeah, that's probably, thank you, Petrasuch. Something like that. I know Midge was trying to probably think of something clever, but couldn't come up with one, or it got banned. Thank you, Shannon Pullman. Well, you're off to bed and you're all annoying. Midge, you're gonna regret saying that. You're gonna wake up one day. Might even be tomorrow. Might be the next day. Might be 2 years from now. I'm not sure when. But one of these days you're going to wake up and you can go, man, that shit Rich said was funny last night.
We're ready.
Oh, great. Fantastic. Let's go. Okay, guys, I got to go. Got to take the ladies. Joy, I'm taking